Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again. We're taking a look at the wonderful Parimatch League Season 2. It is the land, well, not the land portion, but the grand finals after the round robin matches that we saw early on, after the continuation of the bracket stage. We're finally here in the grand finals, and who else could it be but Virtus.pro versus FlyToMoon. Lyrical, joined as well by the wonderful Mr. Mo. I typed it down before where I did the marvelous Mr. MoFarah. Did you ever watch the marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
Oh no, I feel like I should now.
Oh, it's great.
Tell me about it. What is it?
Um, so the basic plot line is that it's a young woman,
10 seconds
like 50s mother, in
5
America,
seconds
in New
remaining.
York. I think 50s or 60s,
Dire
somewhere around
team
there,
back.
probably 60s. And it's sort of like the she has a bad experience. Her and her husband go through a rocky patch. They separate, and then she's like despondent because, obviously being a woman mother back in the 50s was like garbage tier. In some ways, in other ways cool, because they
10
talk about
seconds
that side of the show as well. But one of the things that's very
Right.
interesting is that she goes
5
and
seconds
becomes
remaining.
a stand-up comedian.
Virtus.pro's
And
turn
it's
to
it's
ban.
it's like her journey as a stand-up comedian, and the stand-up comedy in it is like A+, super duper good. Absolutely love it. I would highly recommend the show. And I didn't really give away that much because that all happens in like the first episode, but would highly recommend anybody out there on quarantine right now, go check out Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
10
Um,
seconds
Thank God, because
remaining.
I've been looking for more series to watch.
oh, you got to
I
tell me
feel
what you
like I've
think.
5 seconds
I feel like I've
remaining.
drained Netflix at the moment as well, so I need to branch out a little bit.
Do you have Amazon Prime? Do you have the Twitch Prime?
I don't, but I can. I might
Okay.
just go for it.
Well, don't spend above the need. There's some other things you could probably spend your money on, but there might be other places that you could find it elsewhere. But regardless, we're into this one. Four bands deep. I haven't really got a chance to talk to anybody about this. What do you think, by the way, before we get into the actual game itself, of the four bands now out of the first phase? It's
It-
any
it's
change?
different. I was really surprised. Joe, I was really annoyed because I was casting a UK
Dire
event,
team
and
Yeah.
just as the patch dropped to make it 4-1-1, we cast a game like 10 minutes later. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. And they were still using 3-2-1. They just hadn't changed it. And so I
Oh.
did all this prep work, and I was like, oh my God, like it's going to be 4-1. It's going to be amazing. I talked about it for ages, and then it just didn't even happen. It was awful. It took them a little while again to change it to 4-1-1 because I think they made a mistake or something.
Oh.
But in general, I think it makes it more interesting, right? Where
10
you kind of have to
seconds
focus
remaining.
and like do a lot more prep for the before the game starts,
5 seconds remaining.
and like kind of ban the heroes that like in general are stronger. So we've seen like things like Lycan banned a lot, not in this series, but
Virtus.pro's turn
Timbersaw
to
still,
pick.
like the Nyxes, like all these just generally strong heroes, and you don't get to ban specific heroes in the second phase. Like we used to see a lot of carry bans, for example, as well. Things like PL, Slarks, Life Stealers in the second phase, which it's not going to happen anymore. You kind of have to use the second and third phase banning stage to just ban heroes that you really can't deal with. So like things like the Huskar and Meepo, I think, are going to be more popular than ever in banning in the second phase.
Yeah. Well, and it feels like whenever I think about players and their like rise to fame, sort of, it always tends to start with like
10
one
seconds
or maybe two
Virtus.pro's
heroes that they're
turn to
really,
ban.
really good on. And then, they have like a third hero that they're okay on, but you don't want to give them these two. And then it's like, okay, you don't want to give them these three. And like as the player develops more and more and they expand their hero pool, that becomes, yes, there's heroes that they're better on, but by and large they're going to be able to play a lot. So it feels like it's going to more clearly demark the lines between
10
tier 1 and
seconds
tier 2
remaining.
teams, and tier 1 and tier 2 players as well. Probably.
5 seconds
I think
remaining.
really strong drafters will definitely benefit from this change. I think being able to punish teams by
Virtus.pro's turn to pick.
like hero pools being wider in the second and third phase, like understanding why certain heroes are good against others.
Yeah.
And being able to punish drafters that aren't quite so clear on those. This Shadow Demon Centaur opening, by the way, is really cool. I know in NA a lot of teams are doing this for the We Play event as well. the Shadow Demon Centaur, like Morana was the other one as well. This was like the trifecta,
seconds
I think,
remaining.
effectively. So Shadow Demon Centaur, obviously a really strong dual
5
lane
seconds
pairing. I
remaining.
think Zayas tends to play this hero most of the time for VP. Lots of burst damage.
Yeah, it's interesting too because they obviously knew that the Mars was coming. This was one of the signature heroes for general. And I already like the draft a lot more because he's on a hero that he's going to feel more comfortable on. But it does feel like Virtus.pro have an idea of how to try and deal with this, and I think that Soul Catcher is super underrated. Again, I think that a lot of people are like going back for that Shadow Poison. I wouldn't mind just seeing like 2 points in Shadow Poison and then going back and trying to get a lot of points in Soul Catcher, depending upon where they go for it next. Although that being said, you've got Oracle there, so you can kind of, take it off and everything with the Fortune's End and heal things back up. Although Shadow Demon is a really good answer to Oracle if you try and save him. You can no longer cast Purifying Flames. It's just going to be that constantly taking it off. So a little bit of a
10
mixed
seconds
message there.
remaining.
FlyToMoon getting two of the most popular heroes in this patch in Mars and
5
Oracle, but it feels like
seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Demon a good answer for him.
I think the Oracle is a good answer to the Shadow Demon Centaur lane, though.
Okay.
This Oracle hero is super good. Like the magic community is really good, and you can also purge off the Centaur Stampede stacks. No, sorry,
Yeah.
not Stampede, Retaliate stacks. So he presses the active to use them all, and you just cast the purge, and it just gets rid of them all straight away.
Right.
So that like 100% kill potential in the lane kind of just disappears a little bit because he doesn't get the retaliate damage coming through.
Okay.
I like the Snapfire pick though. These two heroes both really enable the Centaur. And they have a lot more team fight now, a little bit more catch. Like the cookie's really nice. So yeah, I don't mind this too much. It gives them some wave clear as well, which they kind of lack at the moment on VP. You've got the Scatterblast cookie, probably making Snapfire one of the best heroes at clearing waves in the game at the moment.
Oh. And then Virtus.pro just head back afterwards for the morph. So more burst magical damage. Definitely a good pipe game for FlyToMoon, but honestly, I don't even know if pipe's going to be enough. With all this magic damage, they're just going to need to get like early BKB cores probably.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
it's looking really, really. I
5
guess
seconds
maybe
remaining.
I don't know if single-minded is fair to say for Virtus.pro because they do have kind of a mixture of damage, but there's a lot of magic damage there. And FlyToMoon do have some good answers. But there you go.
I think for FlyToMoon as well, they don't have a good natural vessel builder against the morph, which is really sad. Like there's not this like roaming forward like Tusk or Nyx or anything that would really benefit from having that spirit vessel, because Rubik can build it and Oracle can build it, but it usually tends to be like quite slow if you do.
Right.
I think Aloha Dance is going to be forced to probably build the
10
vessel because
seconds
you want the
remaining.
master to be building the team fight items in general and like going for the blink as well.
5 seconds
This PL
remaining.
pick's decent though, I think.
Yeah.
If he can get away with the laning stage, then seems pretty good to me.
Wonder if you take a vessel builder out of your mid now if you're FlyToMoon. In the past, we've seen like Kunkas or Embers sometimes pick it up as answers.
Yeah, I was thinking about the about someone like the Ember, but then the problem is you're picking Ember into Morph, and then
Right.
he has the like the really easy target to just change into,
Mhm.
and he gets the slight chains for himself. The Flame Guard's super good as well, so you have to be a little bit careful with that. I actually wouldn't mind the Kunkka too much. I think they need a hero that doesn't like necessarily lose a lane either, because they don't have last pick overall in the draft. They don't know the matchup. My problem is then I think VP just go with the Razor afterwards, and then you have like a really difficult Kunkka lane still.
Yeah, there's a lot of different heroes that they could run there to
10
just counter out the
seconds
Kunkka.
remaining.
Like OD also, a lot of different
5
answers.
seconds remaining.
But they're going to go for the Storm Spirit. All right, that is a lot of late game. Wow.
Yeah, the reason I like this though is that they have a hero that enables them to jump the backlines. So the Shadow Demon and Snapfire are probably the two most impactful heroes in a fight in comparison to their net worth, right?
Yeah.
Where this save is going to be so important for VP, because if they ever get like an
10
arena into a
seconds
spear or
remaining.
something off onto the morph, he's probably just going to die. So they need that save potential. So if Storm
5
can jump into the
seconds
backlines
remaining.
at the same time and try and bring that that squishy hero down, it'll give him a good chance of actually killing off the morph. Like you said, it is very greedy though with the PL and the Storm. And Mars isn't a hero that does well with like without much gold. Like this hero needs a little bit of space as well.
Right. Well, it feels like the laning stage is going to be super important, and VP take the counter to the Storm out of that last pick. No one puck. That's
It's not even just the Storm, it's the PL as well.
Yeah.
You can't doppelganger in the coil.
Yeah, that's a problem. I have seen. Have you seen the weird thing that the interaction with Yule Scepter and Puck before?
But I haven't seen that. What's that?
So there was a game that I was casting where an Ember Spirit went out to the max range of the coil and then Yules, and he broke the coil while he was Yulesing because his like X-axis moved outside of the range of the coil enough, and then he came back down and he wasn't stunned afterwards.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I'd seen that before. I'd be so mad if I was the Puck in that instance.
It saved him. I think so. It seems like it's hypothetically doable if you can measure that like distance yourself enough. I don't think we're gonna see it in this game, but it's just something that's been on my radar recently is like answers to the puck. But even that, like for a Storm Spirit, it still sucks to have to walk out to that range, right? Because you're not gonna be able to zip anyways. So
yeah, you know that scene from Beautiful Minds where he like looks at the chalkboard and like just does all the maths.
Exactly.
That's the Yules play.
Yeah.
Just working out the radius, all sorts.
When you see it, it's like the head explosion with the guy in the black turtleneck or whatever.
Oh yeah. I think it's a really good puck game. This puck last pick's insanely good because not only is the Dream Call good against the two cores, but it's a hero that can get onto the backlines and blow up the Oracle straight away. And the silence is going to be super key this game up against the Oracle, the PL, the Storm. They have answers to the puck if they can get the jump themselves. Like Rubik Lift is really good, so at least they have a way of trying to disable the puck. If they get like a blink lift off, for example, as well. But I think this puck pick seems really strong.
Yeah, it was kind of the perfect answer. What was the last ban for FlyToMoon? What did they ban? I don't even remember.
I didn't see.
Because I feel like whatever they banned, they probably should have banned the puck. Let me see if there's a way to check it out real quick. I'll check out Track Dota.
I can check the stream.
There you go. Yeah, we might be up to date on that one. Does Track Dota have the consistent one? You can check it out real quick. Currently in pick bans. And the last ban for VP, it doesn't show it yet. It's still catching up on all that stuff. It'll tell us eventually. I'll wait for you, and you can check it out on stream. I trust you.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2, FlyToMoon. They really struggled in game number 1. It felt like our cure to the problem that was occurring for FlyToMoon was to put General on a hero where he could do things. And this is definitely that. This is, again, I don't want to overhype it too much. Maybe it was just the heroes that he was up against. But through the first 10 minutes of the game, he was something special to watch just yesterday on this hero. So we'll see if it ends up making the difference. VP came in knowing that, having watched those games, and they have decided to give it to him, and they've come up with their own strategy for how they want to try and deal with this General Mars, as Iceberg gives no one the tip for throwing out an orb and placing down a sentry ward. So a little bit of nice little fun banter being dropped back and forth there.
Why didn't he just stand behind the tree to check if the ward was there? I don't understand.
Well, he thought that it was on the dire or on the bottom side, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Because
he just stand behind the tree to see if the ward's on the.
That's
the
a good
ground,
point.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Although if it's on the ledge, then you wouldn't see it. Right, the tower still wouldn't hit you.
True, but then you cut a tree down, right?
Yeah. No, definitely. Then you have to buy Quelling Blade, and
I'm being nitpicky. That's all. He has tangos. Come on.
Fair enough.
I don't want to waste it, but even so.
Yeah, I think
it's actually a decent ward by Iceberg because it can be difficult to find that one because it's a little bit out of the way of the lane. So if you put a sentry down in the middle, it's not going to find it.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure those two, they've played against each other mid in pubs and in, professional matches so many times. They're back and forth figuring out their own little meta to how they make it all work. So a nice little start for Iceberg there, having the sentry be used early on. Does look like already always want to fly, just continuing to punch into resolution. As you mentioned, this lane matchup where Fortune's End capable of taking off Retaliate once you pop that active. It's going to be nice, but the only thing they need to be worried about is if Zayat is able to get like a disruption and then into a hoof stomp, and then you can't stop it because probably the damage will kill you before it comes out in time.
Ooh, that's really nice by Zayat, actually. He lets one creep through, so he can just quickly pull, like, let his whole wave be destroyed and like move on to the second wave that's going to come through. So he's going to be able to deny like a wave and a half of XP here to the Dire's side.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, it's going to be a good bit there.
I haven't seen someone do that before. They've let one creep through. That's really interesting. Is he going to do the same again?
He gets the range creep.
Oh
my
two.
god.
Jeez. This guy's disgusting.
Yeah, and Vtune is right there. He gets the deny even though he had to make this big movement over to the side here. So, yeah, really hard to deal with.
He might just deny another range creep here as well.
Yo, this is my next move. Zayat, the innovator. And like
this guy's so smart, by the way. Like,
here's the thing
his
too.
His brain is massive.
Like in order to do this, also he went for the headdress and like multiple tangos, so that way he's like tanking through the damage. Like you would if he goes boots first, you're not able to do that as efficiently.
And the other thing as well, like because he's not even in the lane, like the Centaur just gets full experience from all the waves after that as well.
Yeah.
So like the Centaur's about to hit level 3.
Wow. Dude, I want to go play position 4 and just do that. Sounds real nice. Well, we'll see how it goes for him. So far, so good. But in the bottom lane, General has been able to go 12-4 versus the 10-0 from Morph lane. Yeah, PL a little bit behind there. I think the bigger thing is what you're talking about, just Centaur being able to get so much out of this lane so far. It's a real danger.
Yeah, it's not the gold as much as it is the XP, though, because of the 2 range groups being denied. So.
Speaking of which, already just running out of them. Yeah, you have to be real careful as always want to fly in this lane. Like, he can live and be fine.
Solo.
Chance? Punches? Yeah, they got him. Well done. General already picking it up with that Orb of Venom. So, quick and easy kill there onto the Snapfire.
Mid lane as well, they're trading really hard.
Oh. Nice job there, getting that last hit. Bottle already done for Iceberg. He has one more round to fill it up, so he can come in and try and bully back No One a little bit. Does need to be careful about his movement. Gets the secondary hit. One more comes in. No One, oof, pops the Fairy Fire. Well, there is a kill on Oracle. Yeah, and he gets it. That's important. Is going to try and TP out. One's back over to the side. Iceberg trying to get aggro and is going to pop the salve. So nicely played there by No One. Takes away the rune from Iceberg, obviously, and then also able to salve back up and heal up.
I mean, Iceberg's half a level ahead of the puck though at the moment as well. The Storm's doing really well in the laning stage so far.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, it's not as if this is like an easy lane for Storm throughout the early goings. Is Coolman going to be able to get away from that one? Did force out the Fairy Fire, though, on FlyToMoon. And, yeah, this is more what I think we were expecting to see out of him, at least in the early goings. It is still a nice bit of burst damage with Fade Bolt as well as the Spear. So we'll have to watch how much he's able to get out of there early on. Just a quick and easy glyph used, and Solo able to move over and pick up a bounty rune. So
I love how against this courier's in trouble. He gets out. Yeah, I like how against normal heroes, Fade Bolt would be really effective, but Morphle, you Fade Bolt him and he still has like 60 damage or something. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Fade Bolt's pretty broken in general. Oh, Rubik's in trouble. He's getting chased down. Oh, he just lifts.
Run away there. That looks like he's okay. But yeah, I agree. It's oh, they're trying to find Iceberg. Yeah, he's wisely gonna walk all the way back home. But that scan did hit for a second, and they kept going for a moment there. Centaur Warner.
How has No One hit level 6 before the Storm?
You know,
when I just talked about how Iceberg was half a level ahead.
you know, these things happen. This is just no one things. And he's pressuring this tower as well, getting some good damage into it. He's going to be able to kill off that other round of creeps. Catapult. He's eventually going to go down here, it looks like, although Iceberg is going to come in and get the XP for it. And a haste rune picked up for no one as well. Has the coil. Top lane, extra damage on Rezo, but they can't really do much with it. And it looks like they're going to try and make this rotation to kill top.
They have a ward, though. Just if depending where no one goes here, yeah, they're going to see him. So PL should be fine here. They're just going to get out really quickly. Possibly.
Jump. Doppelganger heads to the north, tries to get away. Always want to fly, trying to move into position to save a life here, but he didn't have any points in Fate's Edict, and that means it's just a quick kill.
That was really nice by no one as well, because he kind of baited out the coil usage to make the PL use Doppelganger. Like I understand what the PL was trying to do there. Like he was trying to dodge the coil, but no one was kind of like in his head a little bit.
Oh, this is good as well. Iceberg moving into the side and stealing the stacks from the puck that were being created. So there's also this other round of stacks that are up here as well. He picks up the bounty rune, clears it out. This is such a huge move right here by Iceberg.
On a shovel.
Oh,
nice.
Dude, that is really big. Is he going to go in? It looks like, I think just take this other set of stacks.
Oh, this is so bad.
Wow. Damn, that is a big move. Drops down the ward as well, so he's going to be able to see more of them. It does mean that he's going to miss out on a little bit of a wave here. Coolman comes mid lane to take over as no one heads down bottom. Maybe a little bit too concerned about that early going, but he gets another item there.
Iceberg's getting all the items. He's got 3 already.
Nice.
I love when mid players do this, though. I love seeing the supports come and take mid. Like, and just get the XP for themselves. Because we talked about how Aloha Dance last game was really struggling to get his level 6 on the Rubik. And so he's like got the same amount of XP as he did last game, about 3 minutes quicker.
Oh, well, he's going to pay for it, though, as it happens. Did get the illusion rune picked up for Iceberg, chasing forward for Zayat, wants to get this kill, and it looks like he will be able to pick it up. Now, the other thing about this is, like, if you're Virtus.pro, you're feeling pretty good now because you're like, okay, we can retreat back to those stacks, take them out later, but they're no longer there, and they don't know that yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Oh, big gank by no one.
Will they take down General? Top lane, Stomp. Getting some punches there onto V-Tune. He can just back away.
The other good thing about the way this Storm takes the stacks, but he also gets a really deep ward down so that they can see if any more stacks are going to be made.
Right.
Which is massive for them. Like, every time you can get these deep wards down as a mid player, I feel like it's something that we don't see enough of.
Definitely.
On a hero like Storm, it's so easy because people don't think about it. They're like, oh, he's just going to go and take a jungle camp or something.
Well, I guess the other thing that you could say about that as well is it's a lack of ward coming from Virtus.pro to spot. I mean, Storm just walked there, Like, if you have one ward on that top rune, you're not going to get those stacks stolen in that way.
Please tell me you've got the Snapfire bug.
I don't know if I do. Let me check. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's running. She's running away.
I look so dumb. I love it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh, movement up on the high ground. Iceberg walks into solo. V-Tune's there as well. They get the coil. Chase looking for a follow-up. This is a big one. If they can get these kills, silence onto both. Storm is going to drop, and now also in some trouble is going to be V-Tune, although they do have Always Want to Fly nearby. 4 heroes grouped together. They still have Fate's Edict available if things get dicey, and is going to be forced to use it there. Chase forward, run in, jump forward, gets the stun. Mars shows up, able to separate them into 2 different groups. Now he's going to get the kill onto both of those supports. The Storm Spirit is respawning shortly. VP need to back away. This Coolman's just pressuring this tower. So they managed to get the kill onto the Storm, but lose 2 in turn for it.
Wow, that was. I love that there was no hesitation on the VP side. Like, when they coiled the PL on the Storm, they instantly made the call to go on the Storm because they understood they had at least a chance to kill the PL afterwards. But if you don't kill the Storm in like the coil and the stomp duration, he's just going to zip away completely, right? So you have to make sure you focus down Iceberg because he's going to be the big tempo controller this game. So every kill you get on him is such a massive one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Solo just going to die down bottom. General able to pick up that kill. Back towards mid. They do see now that those stacks were taken on the side of Virtus.pro. VTune just going to clear out mid a little bit more. God, he's taking a beating, though, from no one. Just laying into him. Tier 1 tower taking some more damage. Rotation. Another round of coils. Silenced and dead. And they take down the mid tier 1 tower. VTune going to try and clear through this medium camp as well. Bottom lane. General. Are they going in again?
They have no coil. It's really difficult to kill him without it, I think.
Yeah.
But they are going to kill the catapult off, which is the most important thing.
They take that one down there. So yeah, it feels like sort of a weird game still, right? Like Virtus.pro kind of, I think, fell behind a little bit by losing those stacks, and then also, you know, going in deep. They got the storm kill, amazing, all good. But with a greedier draft, it feels like FlyToMoon is staying fairly competitive.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, they need the morph to get a couple of items though, right? Because at the moment the PL and the storm can do something at least, but morph's kind of like,
oh, rooted.
I don't know.
Oh, he misses a spear though, and no one gets an invis
Oh,
rune.
invis.
Oh wow, that's really unfortunate. Coils back up in 2 seconds. One, does he drop it? No, no one's not going to go for it. But
I love when plays like that happen, and then instantly General's like, nice,
Yeah.
in the team chat. Oh,
jeez.
you can just feel the anger. Makes me
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, you hit that spear, he's just dead. There's no other way around it. And you can see Storm immediately zipping away, recognizing I cannot die again this game. It just cannot happen. They're going to take back over this outpost here. So Radiant holding both of those on the map. General.
They missed the op with the sentry.
Yeah, vision. That's what they would have wanted. General jumps in. Pull him back. Don't miss this spear. No, he doesn't need to. Okay. Maybe finding another. Zayat slowed down. They're going to be able to get him afterwards. Buyback coming from the puck. Excuse me? He's going to TP over to the shrine. Or rather outpost, I thought. Or he goes back towards mid to try and take this fight. General just walks away from him. A very split up and strange fight. Can he get this TP out of here? They're still running, trying to chase. He's taking him on a merry little jaunt away as the coil breaks and, well, gets the spear pushed back onto the Morphin. I think he's fine. He's still walking out of here, maybe, possibly. Buying space, a hell of a lot of space. Gonna throw down that arena in a moment as well, but does eventually get taken down. So, well, Mars dies, but I mean, they used everything.
Does the Mars arena... It doesn't block Mortimer's kisses, does it? I was like, why is he arenaing there?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
he's trying to arena to cancel the thing with a spear afterwards or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a
long
strange one.
He's not going to have it up for 60 seconds again when he's alive.
Yeah. I mean, likewise, though, VP used Mortimer's Kisses. They used the Puck Coil. I do have an Arcane Rune for Puck now as well, so...
Yeah, I think the Puck buyback's the big one there as well, because it really hurts his net worth. Like, he was super close to his blink. Now he's kind of having to farm up a little bit more again.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again, like, any time space created in this game, it feels like is good for FlyToMoon if they can stay, like, at a consistent net worth difference between them. Right now, it's less than 1,000 gold lead. So far, so good. I don't know. Do you think that that's true? Are you worried about FlyToMoon right now at all?
Yeah, I would say I would be more worried for VP. I think you're right that I think FlyToMoon have the upper hand a little bit here. Like, PL's going to get diffused on, then I think he can actually kind of like do a lot of damage in these engagements when they break out now. So they don't have great illusion clear. Like, they're very reliant on the puck getting the coil onto the right PL to then, you know, try and bring him down quickly before he can, you know, get really strong with all his illusions building up. Again, like, Iceberg's had a much better time than I thought he would as well. He's really close to this Bloodstone. I just think going into the late game, you know, this Puck and Centaur both kind of aren't massively strong in comparison.
Yeah. No, true enough. Rubik?
We didn't join.
Fairy Fire? Nah. They almost got there for Always Wanna Fly, who, by the way, now has the shovel, one of the best items possible for him. Storm gets the jump away. General in trouble yet again. Throws down that arena and saved. Okay, the turnaround. They do have that.
Coil there.
They actually didn't use Demonic Purge, though, so it looks like he might be okay, possibly. No, okay, he's really not. He's really, really not.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They used the Purge at the start of the fight,
Ah.
so they kind of caught him with it.
Got it.
So it might have like disabled a couple or something. I don't know. But
Well, and that's a really good
Yeah,
thing, as PL is in some trouble, TP's away,
Radiant's
looks
middle
fine.
tower is under attack.
So like, I think if it was there at the start and Oracle Purifying Flame Stem, then it just takes the damage into consideration. It's just an extra 360 damage because you get none of the heal. So yeah, unfortunate then.
oh, Ring of Aquila for the
Dire's middle
morph.
tower is under
Wow.
Absolutely loving life. Kuman. He had a faded brooch before as well, so he's had the best neutral items at all points in the game.
Smoke up,
Radiant
immediately
are standing.
scanned. As Radiant recognize what's happening here, they
Oh, they
have
have
the
coil.
PL.
And it's a Lincoln puck.
Oh, V-Tune, there's nobody here to save them. They just can't do anything. And they don't even have Arena yet. What are they doing? They're trying to make things happen. No one's still nearby, hanging out. Has a regen rune available afterwards. They get the silence out onto that Oracle, get the kill. I don't know what the hell that gank was. And now they caught Mars afterwards. What the hell are they doing? He's trying to live, trying to walk away from it, but it ain't gonna happen. 5 heroes grouped up around Mars and they get the kill. That was the strangest time to try and... I guess they didn't know that it was gonna be a 5-on-5. I guess it's the only example. Or
I don't
explanation.
think they realized the puck had blink either. I mean, they probably should have because it's about hitting that timing, right? But they're gonna, yeah, he's gonna go again and try and catch more. Yeah, big blink
Ooh.
reveal by killing the PL there.
Oh, this is a nice play. Take down Zayats at the start of the fight. Take away that save opportunity. Spot out solo. Get that kill. Double for Iceberg. So they do force the fight. Okay, so that makes it look better, right? Like they force out a bunch of those cooldowns and then immediately go again.
Tower is under
Easy
attack.
Bloodstone charges for Storm as well. That's just like 2 supports as soon as he picks that item up.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you very much.
Oh, and you got a Pupil's Gift. Ooh.
Super good for his PL. He might want to keep the Imp Claw actually on the PL.
Radiant's
Also a
middle
really good
tower
item
is
on
under
him just
attack.
because it procs every time
Radiant's
a new illusion
structures
spawns.
are fortified.
Silence there yet again. But looking like they're okay. TP moving in. They still have all of their cooldowns now as they get the ulti out from Shadow Demon. Lift coming from Aloha Dance. Waveform forward. Iceberg waiting for his moment. Big coil there, but a bigger arena being dropped down. And Mortimer's kisses onto absolutely everybody. V-Tune to get the hell out of there. Trying to walk away. Always want to fly. General all retreating. Living for the moment. Iceberg. They pop the Stampede now. Still looking for any extra follow-up they can throw out. Rubik is super duper low, but looking to escape, as Always Want to Fly is going to be purged, going to be killed. And even when it looks like it could be okay, things turn around rapidly. And Virtus.pro are just stronger team fighters right
Radiant's
now.
bottom tower is under
The thing is, like, PL has Diffuser, right? But he needs another item or 2 before he can really kind of stand in these fights and hold his own.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, they just have too much burst damage on the Radiant side. Like, we talked about this magic damage potential with the Centaur and SD. You've, like, all 5 of the heroes on the Radiant side have a good amount of burst damage.
Right.
So until you have an item that allows you to just tank up a little bit more, I assume he's gone for a Yasha here. And then, like, we'll go into a Manta possibly at some point. But yeah, I was going to say, he needs this Pupil's Gift, I think, now after seeing that fight. And he's got it coming out on the courier.
Yeah.
Needs that little bit more tankiness.
Looks like he's queuing up Basher. There was a game just the other day where he was playing where he went just Diffusal, Yasha, and then immediately afterwards into Heart. And that one felt really good, but it feels like they need him for other things as well. As Coils dropped and Storm Spirit going down, trying to escape. Ain't gonna happen. He popped his Bloodstone even there to try and live through it, but too much damage too quickly, and it just can't happen. Can't get caught like that.
Well, that's the thing. This is what we were talking about with the
Yeah.
last pick puck, right? Where you just, like, at all stages in the game, as long as you build an Ags on the puck at some point, I assume for the BKBs of Vidaya, like, the PL and the Storm are going to really struggle against that coil.
Yeah.
So I think it's up to the Oracle to choose, which one he wants to enable in the fights, because it means they can snap the coil and just instantly get saved by the False Promise, just to, completely stop that stun duration.
Well, DD Coolman means that this is going to be an easy peasy Roche. Gets taken. Now he's going for refusal.
how do you feel personally about DD working on Roche? Because I know that some people are really annoyed about it.
You know, it's tough. I think from the point of view of myself, until I started to like really start to spam out games and get like a lot better at Dota, I didn't fully understand how like impactful getting like a DD was, as far as like the entire change and how like understanding what the game can work like. Like you have these ideas in your head of like what is possible in Dota, and you work around that framework, and DD just breaks that, particularly when it comes to Roche. And it feels like more so than almost any other rune that exists. So for me, I'm almost on the train of like I would be okay with them taking DD out of the game.
Oh Jesus, that's not what I was going for, but bloody yeah, okay. Well,
so I would be fine with it not working on Roche also.
Right, okay, so you have to get rid of DD rune then, because you're getting rid of it. What do you replace it with? That's
I think probably nothing. I'm cool with just the other ones. Maybe you come up with something else that's more interesting, but
I love how Illusion Rune was so bad in comparison. They had to buff it as well, so they got purged, and they caught a low high dance.
Yeah, he's super dead. They jump in, not able to catch that coil onto Iceberg, but will likely be another dead Oracle. Gives him one more punch, and he's done. Again,
I really like that.
Go for it.
I really like that no one's gone for this build that allows them to scale a little bit more though, with the phase shift attack and the damage talent, because they kind of lack a little bit of a punch in the like mid to late game with their damage output overall. So like the coil was really good this game, but it doesn't mean he has to go like for the magic damage build still. He can't just go for this right click.
I think that I kind of agree that it's good to be able to see like variations, but I just think that it's so hard, because going this, it means he's not going to go the Waning Rift cooldown, right? Like,
not necessarily.
You don't think so?
He still might, to be fair.
No.
I don't think you have to take the Dream Coil Rapid Fire just because you're going physical damage.
Okay.
Like the range and the AoE of Waning Rift is like insanely good just as a talent in its own right.
Okay.
And the 9-second Waning, I think you have to take the Waning Rift cooldowns at 20 and 25, like 99% of the time.
Right, well, I agree, but I guess the thing to me is that it feels like because he's going this one, that would mean he's going to go the other. As Coil going to catch on the other side of it, on the jump in, always want to fly, save for the moment by the Rubik, but Storm in some trouble, able to get the zip off at the last second. As General turns us back around, he's saved for the moment, the cuck by that imprisonment coming from the Shadow Demon, and well, with the PL dead, and with the Oracle dead, and now the Mars dead, Virtus.pro are just looking unstoppable.
I'm pretty sure Iceberg just zipped all the way into an illusion there as well in the bot lane. I don't know whether he's trying to thought it was real or whether he's just trying to clear the creep wave.
Now, it looks like at the very least he did clear that creep wave, so backdoor protection coming on out now. Try to take.
We all know that saves towers at the moment, doesn't it? Backdoor protection.
Yeah, and see, this is what I mean. Like if DD was in this game, like it doesn't matter, right? They're just gonna blow him up. Yeah, I'm down with getting rid of DD. Screw it.
The other thing as well is when I talk to some of my friends that are like a little bit lower MMR, they understand DD's good, but they like, okay, DD equals Roche, and then like but they don't understand like how everything snowballs so quickly, right? So like you get Roche, all of a sudden that leads to something else. Maybe you pick your item up 2 minutes quicker, which means you get it before they get their BKB and stuff. Like it just, every little change to the game that happens early on like it can really snowball things out of control.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing to me is that like I guess, and the argument for DD as well is that it creates more exciting moments in the game when that can happen, when suddenly for this, however long it is, whether, DD gets dispelled or something by something that somebody else has, all of a sudden you feel, well, and you are capable of taking fights that you otherwise would have not been able to take. And it's like, there's so many games that I can remember where like I have been crazy far behind, and all of a sudden my carry or me gets a DD rune, and we're like, all right, this is our moment, we can turn this back around, and then it actually happens. And that's an exciting feeling to play in. That's an exciting feeling to watch in a game of Dota 2. So I can understand definitely why it exists. This is the most telegraphed smoke in the world.
Yeah.
Resolution is there. Ooh, he just jump finds one.
And they lost the quick.
On to Zayats, BKB reveal, chase forward, get in that kill is going to be through, and now Solo's also done. Okay, buyback coming from the Snapfire. I don't know where she's going to try and TP to. Over to the outpost, that is a long duration. As soon as that puck comes out, going to be caught, going to be killed. Now, it looks like Coolman will be able to escape, but wowzers. Quick little turnaround there.
Did they pick up their enchanted quiver? I don't think they did. I think it's on the ground somewhere. Or like the guy picked it up, because Morph was farming that big camp and he got a quiver, and it was unfortunately the fight kicked off before he could pick it up.
It looks like Mars has it right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What a disaster.
Is that even good on anybody right now? I feel like Enchanted Quiver is pretty bad, isn't it?
It's not a great item overall. I tell you though, I have to tell you my story because it made me laugh so much. I played a game the other day which I invented a new build for Jakiro. Right?
Oh.
And it's called Trebuchet Jakiro.
Oh,
okay?
I'm sure. That's great.
And you get... I can hear the excitement in your voice already.
Yeah.
Where you get the attack range talent, right? You get Dragon Lance.
Yeah.
Get an Enchanted Quiver. You just, you have to go no boots rapier though as the build. I decided.
Okay. I like that. I will say there's some weird bugs that go on with it. I felt like where like if you had auto cast on your liquid fire, because I've done the attack range Jakiro build before. I haven't done it with a quiver, but it feels like when you do that, if you have it like on auto cast, then you like run forward to what your range is, but without the talent. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I ever put liquid fire on auto cast.
No,
I probably should. No, like I probably should at some point, but like because it's so like normal to me to just click E all the time,
yeah,
or whenever I want it.
Well, and I think that there was something weird where like the cast range was like increased, where or maybe it was that if you cast it, you have to move to closer range or something. I don't know. There was something weird for a while there. The bug might have been fixed, but where like I wasn't getting the full range depending upon if I had auto cast or if I didn't have auto cast on.
Right. Okay.
No.
Worth pointing out as well, by the way, that no one's picked up this Orb of Destruction and is now doing -11 armor to everybody with a phase shift attack.
That's spooky.
It's pretty bonkers.
All right, so here, let's have a reevaluation. If no one does go for the physical build and goes for the Dream Coil Rapid Fire, do you like this build less?
Structures are fortified.
Do I like the witch build? What, the physical damage build?
Yeah, like in this game in particular, because I feel like, for myself at least, Waning Rift in this game is super good. The Waning Rift talents. Like,
I'd be insanely surprised if he went Dream Coil Rapid Fire, just because the Waning Rift talents are so insanely good.
Okay. Yeah, he did.
You don't need... Yeah. I think you have to, though. He is really close to Ags as well, though, so he's going to have the big Dream Coil soon.
Oh, poor old freaking Rubik. He's just getting popped over.
It's right, he's happy because they got a telescope at the same time, which they'll probably give. So.
Nice.
He's loving life. He's like, okay, well, I died, but I got a good neutral, so it's okay.
Oh, Iceberg just is building in towards his Aghanim Scepter, actually. Level 20 right now, so he took the Electric Vortex cooldown, and he's about 1,000 gold away from picking up an Ags. And at least for now, VP haven't broken high ground. Like, it's looking quite good for them, and it looks like they're going to be able to. But at least, as of yet, they haven't yet broken high ground.
Yeah, the net worth graph's kind of like plateaued out over the last few minutes or so. It feels like VP kind of just wait for the second roast though before they make a move. And it does literally just spawn. Just as I say it. I'm so good at this segueing stuff.
Amazing.
Jeez.
And gonna give a quick welcome to all you wonderful people coming in from the Beyond the Summit 1 stream right now. This is VP versus FlyToMoon. We're going to be facing off against each other in the Parimatch Grand Finals. So this is a best-of-5 series. VP completely stomped in game number 1. Game number 2 looked a little bit closer early on, but the sort of comeback potential is feeling like it's been waning a little bit as Oracle is going to be focused down a little bit. Does he live? Ooh, that spear just went right through the puck. Okay. He didn't want to take the chance on the uphill miss.
No spoilers in chat, please, from the China game, because I would like to watch it later. Thank you. Smiley face.
That's
I'm sure
not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I think I would have had a better chance if I just didn't say anything.
Yeah. Agreed. So Ags is done on Storm. So maybe a chance here for the second turnaround. Let me just bring up what the graph was looking like. Again, a much greedier draft from FlyToMoon so far in this game, as they've got the PL and the Storm Spirit, and well, Puck getting a lot of that mana drain. Does have a regen rune if needs to pop it.
Regeneration.
It's pretty handy. But again, for FlyToMoon in this game, I think they should still be feeling okay. I don't think they realize like they're not too far behind, right? Because of the heroes they have.
Right.
I mean, it is really annoying just because of how farmed Kuman is still on this Morphin. But you know, they have Storm
Disruption.
PL. So
Jump
yeah.
in. Fine too. Leashed
Oh, no,
immediately.
both
Needs to
the
break it,
cores.
but it's already the Ags. And the run through. He's actually living through this one with the Bloodstone heal and Morphling getting brought down somewhat low. No one finds the Rubik in the back line, and they're able to live through the coil. Storm's going to come back in a second.
How FlyToMoon got away with that, where both their cores get coiled
Yeah.
with the Ags, and neither of them end up dying.
Has been killed.
That was really fancy. I mean, that is one thing, though, right? Like, with the always want to fly Oracle at hand, you can save one of your cores. Like, they go in, break the coil, and then he just takes it off of them. Should also mention, really cool Morphling build going up against the PL. He went Manta Diffusal, so when he switches over, he's just PL himself, which is kind of nice.
And he's going for the butterfly as well. So, in hindsight, I say, how did they not die? There's actually not a lot of physical damage on the Radiant side, to be fair. So when Storm pops BKB, even though he's coiled for so long, it can be difficult to kill him.
Big stomp. They don't have Mortimer's Kisses, though. General trying to live through with this onslaught of damage, but the big coil pull back in onto all of them. The Sphere, it's not quite enough damage. Trying to take down the Snapfire. A second round of coil. The Soul Catcher, BKB trying to live. Not going to be enough, though. And now, stunned up, the PL is going to die. You might wish to retract your last move. You're not wrong, no one. You're not.
Every single fight, no one just coils both the cores, and it just counters both of them, and they're like, "Well, this is awful. What do we do?"
And at risk of sounding like a little bit of a mean person, maybe you shouldn't be standing with your two cores right next to each other where you can get coiled.
To be fair, it's so difficult though, right? Because when Storm zips in and gets a big pull off, the PL wants to get in there to get his damage off. So like automatically, they're already just stood on top of each other.
Yeah, it's true. All right, backdoor protection. Puck, hey, they got no one.
Are under attack.
Can they find any more? Dance looking for an opening. They didn't even get
Look,
racks.
he has coil. He has coil stolen on the Rubik as well.
Blink back off cooldown soon. Resolution looking for the opening. Jumps in, finds him. Coil's going to be back off cooldown. He isn't able to get it in time. Now the buyback coming from the Rubik. He wants to run back into this one. V-Tune on the back line. Takes down Solo. Now looking for more. Up on the high ground. V-Tune, Cool Man, turning on his Zayats. Gets the bash, gets the kill. Dance trying to make a little bit of space. Gets the lift up. It's not the real one, though. And now taking over. Resolution. Still living. V-Tune. Mantis tries to run, tries to hide. Not going to happen. Dead for 100 seconds. And only now is Storm Spirit going to respawn. The buybacks come from the Puck and the Snapfire, and they got eyes on Iceberg. Oh, if he goes down right now, he can't afford to die. Jump in, catch him.
Coil.
No one. Coil comes out as well. The leash for the moment. Can they get enough damage in here onto this Storm? Looks like it's not going to happen. Stun, follow up, extra round, and get the finish. Oh, GG called. It feels real bad. Oh, they read him like a book. They knew right where he was going.
You're stuck in such a hard place though, just because of how long. Like, if you're the Storm there, you have to debate whether you want to snap the coil straight away. But even then, the stun duration's just so long. Kind of stuck between a rock and hard place. But again, I think FlyToMoon played better that game. They just kind of had a couple of like really rough fights in the mid game, which especially the Roche fights, like just before, they really made a couple of mistakes, and no one played insanely well this game. Has to be said on the Puck. I think the coils were like on point every single fight. FlyToMoon did a really good job of trying to get onto the backlines and kill the supports off first, but they couldn't really deal with the cores at any point. Like Kuman and Resolution didn't die once between them.
It's a real problem, and I think that you can understand, like, you know, those heroes, they're not the ones that you maybe want to go on. We talked about how good of a Puck game it was. And I think that that's a testament to how much no one was really getting in there and just like throwing his body at them. Like, he had 2 of the 3 buybacks, I want to say, in this game, throughout the whole course of it. And again, I just go back to that last ban. Like they banned out the Meepo, FlyToMoon did, which understandable. Like Meepo, terrifying, not a hero that you want to go up against, but this puck just wreaked havoc on him. Didn't end up, I mean, did a lot of damage, but it was mainly just setting up for Coolman to be able to do the damage. Well, 2-0. I mean, is it going to be a 3-0? Are we going to be done? What's happening?
I mean, VP look like they are just outplaying them in team fights, especially as well. I think it's a really good thing to point out as well that the way that VP have been playing, like so far this series as well, it's so nice to see no one playing not more sacrificial of a role necessarily, but he plays a role that allows Rezo to get a little bit more space than most other offlaners, I would say. So like the net worth distribution of both across both games so far has been Kuman's been first, Rezo's been second, and then no one's been third. Because we saw it from the Beastmaster in game 1 as well. Yeah. How Rezo's able to do so much when he gets like the amount of farm and space that he does.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see if they can keep that up, if Resolution's going to be able to continue to be a big bad boy, or if no one's going to be the star of the show next time. As far as at least farm distribution. We are going to be switching over to BTS1. I'm checking in with the people that run all this stuff. Very big production going on behind the scenes, even in the midst of, outbreaks and things shutting down. They're still letting us know where to shuffle to for all of the different matches. And by the way, anybody out there that's watching Dota right now, there's going to be a lot more of this, it feels like, over the next while, where there will be a lot of online games going on and trying to figure out what stream is this one at and stuff like that. So just, check out the Reddit threads. They tend to have pretty good information, Wikipedia, all the normal places. And of course, our Twitters, if you want to keep following us. Do you want to give a plug for yours?
Oh, I'm at MoFarah Dota, I think.
There you go. And at Lyrical Dota for me. So yeah, give us a quick follow because, sellout stream. But yeah, we're going to switch back over to BTS1 in just a moment. So this stream will go down in a few minutes. And when it does, just switch over immediately to BTS1, and you should be able to check it out. So we'll be back in just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 is going to be the last one. We'll be pushing the series a little bit further forward. See you guys in a few to find out.